Hello there, my name is Christian. We're going to talk about the nearshore model in emerging economies. So, first of all, I believe that it's truly important to understand what means nearshore model, business model, and what means an emerging economy. So, first of all, nearshore it refers to outsourcing to countries located in close proximity with similar time zones. For example, it could be USA, Canada, and Mexico that mostly share the same time zones, and of course, they're extremely close one to the other. But it's also known that are, for example, some nearshore business that it could not share like all the time zones, for example, that the USA has, but it could be shared one or perhaps two of those time zones. One of the examples, it could be Colombia, for example. So it's important to understand that this is nearshore business model. Outshore or offshore, it could be those business models that are really, really far and are not close to these countries or even share their time zones. For example, the USA and India case. Now, it's important to understand what is an emerging economy. So, an emerging market or an emerging economy usually refers to a country that is in process to developing an economy that could be considered as advanced. Advanced is a strong economy that has a lot of business, a lot of economy development inside and outside the country itself. And for example, historically, it's well known that, for example, the most famous cases of those emerging economies could be the BRICS, those that are denominated the BRICS: Brazil, Russia, China, and India. But I consider, in my personal opinion, that these countries are already an advanced economies. Perhaps my country, Colombia, it could be considered right now an emerging economy. So this will connect us, the nearshore business model, with an emerging economy, specifically in cases like Colombia or, for example, Philippines. Why is that? Because one of the most or the biggest examples of nearshore economy, it is the call center and the BPO industries. The call center and the BPO industries in Colombia or Philippines has passed the last years a really huge development inside these countries. So why is this important? Because the nearshore model provides to the enterprises cost savings, quality and efficiency, access to a larger talent pool because there are a lot of students, a lot of professionals in Colombia or in Philippines that has the qualities or the characteristics that the enterprises usually search on their future workers. Also, a smooth communication, and finally, I believe that it will be the improved efficiency. So, as I mentioned, countries like Colombia or Philippines have a young and educated workforce. This allows to the enterprises to hire people like professionals, students, persons that has all the educational or all the work characteristics that are necessary to work on this business model, specifically on the call center or on the BPO industry, perhaps on the logistics too. And this allows to hire people with a really low cost. It's so much cheap to hire people here in Colombia or in Philippines that hire the same personnel or the same workforce in the USA itself. So it's a real business model that allows not only to hire people outside the USA to create a multicultural work team, but also allows to increase the economy development in this country. For example, if an enterprise in USA hire a lot of people in Colombia or in Philippines, this allows to the countries, specifically Colombia or Philippines, to get a better development of their economies. And this is how the emerging economies like my country, Colombia, and the nearshore business model like the BPO, the logistics, the call center industries are getting related. And it's very usual, it's very common, but also, in my personal opinion, it's very good, and it's we have to work on the efforts to keep this running always. This is very good for our economies, and I expect to be like that always. Thank you so much for your time.